These are the earrings that we're going to make. And these are the earrings in a couple of more color combinations. So let's talk about the materials that we're going to need. For these earrings, you're going to need 12 super duos and 6 4mm crystals. These are bicone crystals, but you could also use 4mm round crystals or 4mm round beads. You're also going to need 11-0 Toho seed beads and 2 6 or 8 seed beads to connect the ear hooks with a jump ring. So let's get started. I'm using a size 10 needle with 6-pound fire line, and I'm going to start by putting on a 6 or 8 seed bead followed by 3 11-0s, and I'll string that on. Then I'll go back up through those 4 seed beads to form a loop. Then I'll tie a knot. Next, I'm going to go back through the large seed bead, the 6 or 8 seed bead, followed by the next 2 11-0s. Next, I'm going to put on 11-0 seed bead, a super duo, and 3 11-0 seed beads. I'll string that on. Then I'll go back through the other hole of the super duo. Then I'll put on 9 seed beads, 11-0s, followed by a super duo, followed by 3 more seed beads. And I'll string that on. And I'll want to go through the other hole of that super duo. Then I'll put on, then I add 1 seed beads, and I want to go crystal through the bottom hole, and I'll string that on of the super duo. Going from the side I want to go back seed beads to the side that doesn't crystal have and the next seed bead. Then I add 3 seed beads, and I go through the top hole of the super duo only. I add 1 seed bead, and I want to go up through the second seed bead. So I skip this one and I go through the next one. Then I'll add 5 seed beads, and I want to go through the second to last, up through the second to the last seed bead here. And I'll add 1 seed bead, add 3 seed beads, and I want to go through the bottom hole, and I go through the top of the super duo of the super duo, starting from the side that has seed beads to the side that doesn't. Now before this next step, you want to make sure that this top part is facing the right way, because you're going to want to go through this seed bead horizontally. So it needs to be kind of over the top of the super duo. So for this last step, I add one seed bead and I go through this seed bead horizontally that's at the top. Now I'm ready for the next round. I'm going to start by going up through the next 4 seed beads. 1, 2, and 3. And 4. I'll add a super duo and 3 seed beads and string that on. Then I want to go through the other hole of the super duo, and I want to skip from where my thread's coming out. I want to skip 1, 2, 3 seed beads and go through the next 3. Again, I'm going to add a super duo and 3 seed beads and string that on. I want to go through the other hole of the super duo, skip these 3 seed beads and go through the next 4. 1, 2, and 3, 4. So skip over this seed bead, that's kind of the drop, and go up through the next 4 seed beads. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Going to repeat what I did on this side. Add a super duo and 3 seed beads. String that on. Go through the other hole of the super duo. Skip 3 seed beads and go through the next 3. Add a super duo and 3 seed beads. String that on. Go through the other hole of the super duo, skip 1, 2, 3, and go through the next 4 seed beads. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I want to go through this seed bead at the top that's horizontal. And I want to go down the next 3 seed beads. I'll add a seed bead and go through the next 2 on this side. 1 and 2. Add a seed bead, 4mm crystal, and a seed bead, and we're going to go back down this seed bead. We add a seed bead, and we want to go back down the middle seed bead on this side. So there's kind of 5 seed beads on the side of that loop, and you want to go through the 1, 2, 3rd one. So it's right at the middle. One, 2, 3. So we're coming out of that middle one. Add a seed bead, and go down this seed bead here. So coming out of this seed bead here, we are going to go through the seed bead before the crystal, and the 3 seed beads after the crystal. Add a seed bead and go through these 3 seed beads on the side. We're going to go up 3 seed beads on this side. Add a seed bead, and we want to go through 2 seed beads along this side. Then we add a seed bead, 4mm crystal, and a seed bead, and we're going to go down through that seed bead. We add a seed bead, and we want to go through this middle seed bead. So 1, 2, 3. 3rd one out of the 5 that are in that inner loop. Add a seed bead, and we want to go through that seed bead. Then we want to go through the seed bead before the crystal and the 3 seed beads after the crystal. Add 1 seed bead and go up through the next 3 seed beads on the side here. Here's where I'm going to continue through the horizontal seed bead at the top. And I'm going to turn some corners by going around this loop we started with before tying a knot. So continue up through that seed bead, through the large seed bead, through the next seed bead, back through the horizontal seed bead, up, and here's probably a good place to tie a knot. So I'll put my needle under some thread here in between the seed beads. And I can go through the loop once, through it twice, and pull to tie that knot. And then I can snip both ends, and then we'll be ready to add the ear hook with a jump ring. Here I've snipped both of the ends, and I have my jump ring that I'll open and feed through the top large seed bead. And then I can add the ear hook and close it. And that is the finished earring.